Shalom Akim, Kal Halal Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Dash. Double honors once again to the apostles of the Great Millstone who taught me this truth. All right, and who rule well. This is Naaman, the DC camp. All right, and this is from Slate. All right, and it says, wow, America is a sham. Go figure that. All right, and let me say this from the onset. It is a blessing indeed, all right, that we are able to see through the bullshit, all right, that the Most High woke us up, all right, to see through the bullshit. This country, America, is a carefully crafted illusion, all right? And again, it is a blessing to be able to see the things that we see now. Once again, this is from Slate, all right? It says, America is a sham. Policy changes in reaction to the coronavirus reveal how absurd so many of our rules are to begin with. And this is dated March 14th, and this is by Dan Coyce. And it's showing you TSA agents there. It says, maybe it will be the hand sanitizer that finally exposes the sham. The Transportation Security Administration announced Friday that due to the coronavirus outbreak, it's waiving the familiar 3.4 ounce limit for liquids and gels for hand sanitizer only. You may now bring a bottle of Purell as large as 12 ounces onto the plane to assist in your constant sanitizing of yourself, your family, your seat, your bag of peanuts, and everything else. All right. All other liquids and gels, however, are still restricted to 3.4 ounces. Among many shocks of the past week, school closures, Tom Hanks, the shuttering of one sports league after another, this rule change registers as major. The liquid restriction has been a key component of air travel ever since 2006. If people are now allowed to bring 12-ounce bottles of hand sanitizer on the planes, won't the planes blow up? All right. The TSA can declare this rule change because the limit was always arbitrary. Just one of the countless rituals of security theater to which air passengers are subjected every day. Flights are no more dangerous today with the hand sanitizer than yesterday. And if the TSA allowed you to bring 12 ounces of shampoo onto a flight tomorrow, flights would be no more dangerous then. The limit was bullshit. The ease with which the TSA can toss it aside makes that clear. All over America, the coronavirus is revealing, or at least reminding us, just how much of contemporary American life is bullshit, with power structures built on punishment and fear as opposed to our best interest. Whenever the government or a corporation benevolently withdraws some punitive threat because of the coronavirus, it's a signal that there was never any good reason for that threat to exist in the first place. Each day of this public health crisis brings a new example. People thrown in jail for minor offenses. San Antonio is one of many jurisdictions to announce that to keep jails from being overcrowded with sick citizens, they'll stop doing that. Why were they doing that in the first place? The federal government charging interest on loans to attend college. Well, Donald Trump has instructed government agencies who administer loans to waive interest accrual for the duration of the crisis. But why on earth is our government charging its own citizens interest anyway? Broadband data caps, and throttle internet. Those have been eliminated by AT&T and other internet service providers because of the coronavirus. But data caps and throttling were really just veiled price hikes that serve no real technical purpose. Why did we put up with them? Police helping landlords evict tenants in times of financial trouble. Due to the coronavirus, not anymore in New York, Miami, and New Orleans. But, and you see where this is going, why do the police aid evictions when tenants are stricken with other non-coronavirus illnesses? The city shutting off your water or your power as punishment for hardship. During this public health emergency, plenty of cities and companies have suddenly found a way to keep service turned on. as long as COVID-19 remains a health concern, said Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan, no Detroit resident should have concerns about whether their water service will be interrupted. Why in the hell should any Detroit resident have concerns about their water service being interrupted? Ever. Shouldn't clean water be the absolute base level of service delivered by a city to its residents? Tongue in cheek, and hey, but got good points here. It says sick employees forced to take unpaid leave or work while sick if they want to keep their jobs. Walmart recently announced it will provide up to 2 weeks of paid leave for any employee who contracts the coronavirus. And the House just passed a bill to address the problem, though, as the New York Times editorial board notes, the House's failure to make the bill universal is an embarrassment that endangers the health of workers, consumers, and the broader American public. But why should any sick worker fear losing their pay or their job at any time? And why are the most vulnerable to punitive sick leave practices the workers making the lowest wages? In every single one of these cases, it's not just that most of these practices are accepted as standard, it's that they are a way to punish people to make their lives more difficult or to make sure that money keeps flowing upward. Up until now, activists and customers have been meant to believe that the powers that be could never change these policies. It would be too expensive or too unwieldy or would simply upset the way things are done. But now, faced suddenly with an environment in which we're all supposed to at least appear to be focused on the common good, the rule makers have decided it's okay to suspend them. It's a crisis after all. Everyone's got to do their part. And this author is right. These questions you should ask yourself, all right? Why is it just now with this quote unquote pandemic, now they want to lift all these things that are really are arbitrary, like he mentioned with the liquid limit, all right, 3.4 ounce. Now all of a sudden you can bring almost 4 times as much, all right. Like he said, it was arbitrary to begin with. Again, exposing this illusion that is America, all right. Continuing on, it says, so what will happen when this crisis passes? Yes, it's worth asking yourself now, in the early days of the pandemic, how you might change your behavior, what temporary adjustments in your lifestyle you might adopt permanently in the after times, whether that's working from home or cutting back on airplane travel. But it's also worth asking if we are willing to allow governments and corporations to return to business as usual. When everything's back to normal, will we accept cities cutting off their poorest residents' water, or evicting the sick, or throwing someone in jail because they can't afford to pay a fine? I want to say that once a policy is revealed as bullshit, it gets a lot harder to convince smart, engaged citizens to capitulate to it. That's one reason why activists are agitating to end cash bail in the coronavirus crisis, or fighting to ensure that coronavirus tests and any eventual vaccine are available to all. Not only would those measures save or better countless lives during the pandemic, but in their common sense wisdom, they expose the absurdity of the opposing view. And I must say, this whole thing, however they choose to use it, one of the things you got to consider, because I believe it was one of the Shars, I believe it was in our camp, that sent out a video of Gerald Celente talking about this could be a way of them doing away with paper money altogether, because those of us that lived through the 80s, and this is not to say you're not aware of it, even if you did not, you remember that paper money, the majority of it had traces of cocaine, because that industry was so large, all right, that most of the money that was filtered through them, whether they were laundering it or whatever have you, yeah, it was tainted with cocaine. So how much more a virus? And if not, you can still use that as an excuse if you want to do away with the current money system and bring in something else. All right. So that's something to be wary of too. All right. Um, It's just the same kind of ghoul, perhaps, who thinks that cancer treatment or insulin should only be available for those lucky enough to be able to pay for them. In a time of real anxiety, maybe this optimism is just grasping for something good to come out of all of this. But that's really up to us. Over the next few weeks, we're going to see more and more absurd or cruel or counterproductive practices revealed. Pay attention when they are. Notice the statements the people in charge make when they effortlessly roll back their surcharges and threats, their punishments and impediments. Remember them, and when the time comes that the danger from the virus is no longer as severe, and those people try to quietly reinstate the policies that hurt so many around you, remember that for a lot of Americans, a return to normal is a scary prospect. Keep your giant ball of hand sanitizer. You're going to need it to deal with all the bullshit that's coming back when the pandemic finally passes. It's got a thing here. It's 18 minutes long. So again, it says for more on the impact of the coronavirus, listen to what's next. And of course, I'll post a link to the video and you can listen to that yourself. Let's see what some of the comments, if there are any, and it doesn't appear to be any. All right. So let's get some scriptures here. Let's see. Let's start with Job 12. All right. First of all, this represents the downfall of the wicked. Esau Edom, the so-called white man of the day. All right. This is Job 12 and 14. It says, behold, he breaketh down, and it cannot be built again. He shutteth up a man, and there can be no opening. Behold, he withholdeth the waters, and they dry up. Also he sendeth them out, and they overturn the earth. All right. With him is strength and wisdom. Talking about the Most High Yahweh. And the deceived and the deceiver are his. All right. So Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, he thinks he's super smart. He thinks he's super slick. All right. He's a pretentious bastard. All right. He always has to be the smartest one in the room, or anywhere else for that matter. All right. But the Most High is bringing him down. It says, he leadeth counselors away spoiled. All right. And maketh the judges fools. Let's see what we're going into spoil. All right. This is Strong's H7758. Shawalal. Barefoot. Strip. All right. Nude, especially barefoot. By implication, captive, spoiled, strip. All right. Sounds like Jeremiah 49. Let's go there. This is what's happening to this wicked individual. It says, Jeremiah chapter 49 and 10 says, but I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbors, and he is not. Let's go into that. His seed, H2233, Zerai, seed, sowing offspring, all right, offspring, descendants, posterity, children. They're spoiled. All right, that's the end game here. Remember, let's go to, real quick, Isaiah 33 and 1. It says, woe to thee that spoilest. All right, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled, and when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. Bottom line, when this devil goes down, and he is going down as we speak, all right, it tells you here, there is no coming back. This is Isaiah 14 and 21. It says, prepare slaughter for his children, talking about Esau, Edom, so-called white man, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. Ever again. So this man is going to fight very, very hard, all right, to keep this shitty kingdom, all right? So just be aware of that. All the more reason why Revelation 12 and 12 is there in place, all right? So let's go there real quick. I often make the case, or try to tell people, I said, well, we all know the atrocities Esau Edom committed in getting what he's already gotten as far as his kingdom on his way up. How much more is he going to do in order to try to keep it? This is Revelation 12 and 12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, devil being deceiver, liar, and that's Esau Edom, the so-called white man, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. All right? He hath but a short time. This is all the Most High bringing this devil down. This is Job 5 and 12. It said, he disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Esau Edom, the so-called white man, has lost his mojo, and he will not and cannot get it back. All right? Crafty. Strong's H 6175. Arawam, subtle, shrewd, crafty, sly. All right? Prudent. All right? That's another thing that's happening to this devil. All right? It says cunning, usually in a bad sense. What we say about that old serpent in the garden. All right? Prudent. All right? Since I said that, that's been taken away. This is 1 Corinthians 1. It says, let me find it here. They go to the colleges, all right, and they think that, here it is. This is 1 Corinthians 1 and 19. It says, for it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise, and will bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent. 20. Where is the wise? Where is the scribe? Where is the disputer of this world? Hath not the Most High made foolish the wisdom of this world? All of his accolades, so-called white man. He's got all these degrees on his wall. I've gone to this institution to get this degree and acquire this knowledge, and you think you're on par with the Most High. And he's destroyed this world, all right, being the ignorant, unwise individual that he is, all right? Verse 21, for after that, in the wisdom of the Most High, the world by wisdom knew not the Most High Yahweh. It pleased the Most High Yahweh by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe. And that's why we're out there on the highways and byways, all right? But, that's another, when you're talking about prophecy, let's go to Obadiah. All right? Because in the grand scheme of things, we know that this is a process when a nation goes down, all right? But then there's Luke 10 and 18. But I want to address this first. We were talking about the wisdom, and it says, this is Obadiah, and this is verse 8. It says, Shall I not in that day, saith the Most High Yahweh, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau? All right? 9, and thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. Wow. Doesn't look too good for old Esau Edom, all right? In the very near future, it's going to be not so good to be an Edomite. All right. Wow. And why? Verse 10, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. So it's not like you don't deserve this, you piece of shit. All right. Payback is a bitch. All right. So let's see. That's it. Wow. Let's see. Yeah, that's it. There's no comments on this, so. Wow. What can you say? It's always something with these so-called white people. All right. The world has had enough. I know Israel, we have had enough. The planet itself is sick because of Esau Edom. So let me get this scripture and I'll end it here. He's supposed to be so wise, so intelligent. This is Revelation chapter 11, verse 18. It says, and the nations were angry, and they are, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name. And that's only Israel, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. Who is it talking about, people? At no time in the history of this world has anybody had the capacity to destroy this planet on a level that's going on right now. And who's heading that? Esau Edom, the so-called white man. It's not hard. All right. So with that, I hope whoever sees this is edified. All right. Once again, call halal Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Rekakwadash, and double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. All right, taught me this truth. Salutations to the Akim out there on the highways and byways, pushing this truth, all honesty and sincerity, while trying to wake up the hopefully elect, so this wicked ass kingdom can fall. So with that, shalom, Akim.